Give me a sack, Harry.
What did you ask for? Is it deep enough? Polanco is on his way home. Here it comes. He's saved. Harry Ford. Harry Ford. Welcome to the big leagues. The Mariners are in first place.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Will Leach. Today is Friday, September 12th, and I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about baseball and to do so in under 10 minutes. We are in the home stretch, people. 2 weeks from today, I will be here previewing the final weekend of the season. Can you believe that? We are a fortnight from the playoffs. Sorry, fortnight is an old-timey term for 2 weeks. It's derived from the Old English phrase, "Fjord it neat," referring to 14 nights. It's not Fortnite, that video game that's rotting your preteen's brain. I apologize for the confusion. It was exactly 1 month ago, August 12th, that the Mariners were last in first place. They beat the Orioles that day, finally catching up with the Astros, the team they'd been chasing down for 3 months. Their time in first lasted exactly 1 day. They'd lose the next night and 7 of their next 9, and up the hill they had to climb again. Well, on Thursday night, the Mariners, they finally made it all the way up that danged hill. And they picked the most unlikely of heroes to do it. In a game in which Mike Trout hit his 399th home run and his first homer since August 6th, the Mariners went into extra innings for the second night in a row. The game remained tied into the 12th. Fun fact, the Mariners are now the first team to play consecutive 12 or more inning games since the introduction of the extra runner in 2020. And the Angels put a run on the board in the top of the 12th. The stage was set. Again, Jorge Polanco immediately doubled home Josh Naylor to tie the game, and after an intentional walk to Eugenio Suarez and a bunt single by Victor Robles, Harry Ford came to the plate. If you don't recognize that name, that's because Harry Ford had made only 3 plate appearances in his whole MLB career, none of which had taken place at home at T-Mobile Park. Would Ford get his first MLB hit at the most amazing possible time? Well, no, not quite, but I don't think anybody minded.
The pitch to Ford. Swung on, popped up. Is this deep enough? To right field. Lugo backs up. He makes the catch. Polanco tagging. Here comes the throw. Polanco steaming home. He slides. He's safe! And the Mariners win!
Ford's sacrifice fly ended up giving the Mariners a 7-6 win, and yep, the Mariners are in first place. Oh, and why did this win catapult the Mariners back into first place? Because earlier in the day on Thursday, the Astros had the misfortune of running into Kevin Gausman. A day after the Blue Jays dropped out of the first overall seed in the American League, they popped right back up there with a 6-0 wipeout of the Astros. Gausman was brilliant, striking out 9, giving up just 2 hits and 1 walk in a complete game shutout in Toronto. So, we're tied in the AL West, and oh yeah, don't forget the Rangers are lurking just 2 games behind each of them. The Astros get the Braves this weekend. The Mariners have 3 more against the Angels. And we're just 1 week away, by the way, from those 2 teams who have tied their season series 5-5, by the way, playing 3 games in Seattle. This is what a pennant chase looks like, everybody. This is the good stuff. After the break, one New York team ended a losing streak, and the other very much did not.
Drill deep to left center field. Going back, Green. Looking up. See ya!
Both New York teams came into Thursday night wobbling. The Yankees had lost 2 games at home by 10 runs each time, thanks largely to the bullpen facing 44 batters and only retiring 18 of them. It's actually pretty hard to do. Meanwhile, well, do I even need to tell you about the Mets? They'd lost 5 in a row and were in legitimate danger of yakking away their lead in the wild card chase, something Mets fans have gotten way too familiar with. The goal on Thursday for both teams was just to get out of their series with the Tigers and Phillies respectively, hopefully salvaging something. How did it go? Well, if you didn't get a sense of how it went for the Yankees from the clip of Aaron Judge hitting a home run you just heard, how about if I give you another one?
High drive. Left center field. Green back. Track. Wall. See ya! Another home run for Judge. He is tied Joe DiMaggio for 4th place on the Yankees all-time home run list and picks up his 100th Ribby of the year.
Yep, Judge hit 2 homers, his 45th and 46th of the season, and the 360th and 361st of his career, tying Joe DiMaggio for 4th on the all-time Yankees list as the Yankees trounced the Tigers 9-3. The win pushed the Yankees half a game up on the idle Red Sox for second place in the AL East. And hey, this time the Yankees bullpen got more batters out than they didn't. The Yankees remain 3 games back of the Blue Jays, and if you're one of those people who counts everybody's magic numbers, you should know you are in fact listening to one of those people right now. The Yankees' magic number to clinch a playoff spot is now 11. So, how about the Mets? Well, the Mets, not so much.
And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 22 in a row retired by Jesus Luzardo.
The Mets are feeling pretty good there for a while on Thursday, jumping out to a 4-0 lead in the first inning off Jesus Luzardo, who gave up hits to 5 of the first 6 batters he faced. The problem is that was it for them, and I mean it. The Mets wouldn't get another base runner for the rest of the game, with Luzardo and Yohan Duran setting down every single Mets batter they faced after that. The Phillies, on the other hand, well, they had all sorts of batters reach base, scoring 2 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th, and come the 6th inning, they tied it up with an Otto Kemp double. Then Harrison Bader, who has been an absolute godsend since arriving at the Phillies at the deadline, did this.
Rounds one through, he's done it again to New York. Harrison Bader, the Philadelphia legend, grows, and the Phillies have gone from down 4-0 to ahead 5-4.
And since, as established, the Mets didn't have a single base runner after the first inning, that was all the Phillies needed. They'd win 6-4 to finish off the 4-game sweep, drop their magic number to 5, and extend the Mets' misery even further. The Mets have now lost 6 in a row, and have only a game and a half lead over the Giants and Reds in the wild card race. And if that weren't bad enough, now they have to play the Rangers, who have won 4 in a row and might be the hottest team in baseball. Seriously, if you see a Mets fan today, please give them a hug. They could use one. I have now told you about 4 baseball games, but there were 5 others played on Thursday. If only there was some opportunity in this podcast to tell you about them. Oh yeah, there is! We call it the whip around.
Instead, he golfs one. Deep center field. Way back there. And C.J. Kafis has put the Guardians in front.
The Guardians, Royals, which one of these AL Central teams is the real AL wildcard contender series, ended up going the Guardians' way. Their 3-2 win on Thursday, thanks to a dramatic 2-run homer from the charmingly named rookie C.J. Kafis in the 8th inning, secured their 3 out of 4 series victory. They're now a game and a half ahead of the Royals, but still behind both the Mariners and the Rangers. Coming into Friday, the Orioles had put together walk-off wins in 4 of their previous 5 games. Must have gotten bored with that because they won in a far more conventional fashion against the Pirates, getting an RBI single from Dylan Beavers in the 7th inning and then hanging on for a 3-2 win. You know, if the season had started over Memorial Day, the Orioles would be getting ready for the playoffs right now. Alas, it did not. It started before that. The Orioles have actually been the best team in the American League throughout the month of September. You know who's the second best? Would you believe the White Sox? It's true! They raised their record to 8-2 this month with a 5-1 win over the Rays. The White Sox merely need to win 5 of their last 15 games to avoid their 3rd consecutive 100-loss season. Positive things! Good job, White Sox! Yay! Padres are always happy to see the Rockies. Randy Vasquez struck out 9 in 6 innings and Jackson Merrill homered as the Pods raised their record to 8-2 against Colorado with a 2-0 victory. Even happier news for Padres fans, their team gets to play the Rockies 3 more times this very weekend. And to close, the Marlins' Ryan Weathers came off the 60-day injured list and made his first start since June 7th, and he looked great! The lefty threw 5 scoreless innings, striking out 4 and walking none, as the Marlins beat the Nationals 5-0. And that's all for today's Morning Lineup Podcast. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to give us a rating and review and tell everyone you know about this podcast. Mandy Bell will be with you Monday morning. I will return to you next Friday. Know that every time you go away, you take a little piece of me with you. But don't worry, it's a small piece. Nothing I'll miss. Have a great weekend.